Hey guys, it's Blicker here. Just wanted to show you guys something that I managed to do. Been trying to do this for a day or two, and just been getting really bad luck on Monstrous treasure procs. But I had an idea that might turn out a bunch of item level 85 Shaper and Elder jewelry. And so I'll tell you guys the basic idea. I've got these maps that I've been mirroring. It's Elder Bog. I've been mirroring this map specifically. It's double boss. It can roll double beyond with the map device. Um, so I've been mirroring those up, and I've been trying to proc Monstrous treasure on them. And the idea is to proc it with this sextant specifically. Strongbox monsters have 500% increased item quantity. Um, and the idea that I had to get a bunch of jewelry to drop is to run Prophecies. 4 Prophecies. 2 of them are kind of optional, but the important ones are Waiting in Ambush, Wealthy Exile, these 2. The additional ones that I can run just for more loot is the Scout and Unseen Peril, which makes all the monsters that spawn from a strongbox blue, which can drop item level 84 gear, which is perfectly acceptable. I'm not entirely sure if this can work. I don't know if the spawned Rogue Exiles can drop Shaper or Elder gear, but if they can, they're going to be dropping a ton of it with these 2 Prophecies. And so I'm going to load up my inventory with a ton of Prophecies and just kind of hope that there's enough room to get all the loot that I'm expecting to drop out of this map. So bear with me while I load up my inventory. I just wanted to give a full explanation of what's going on here before I get into it. So I'm going to try and keep this nice and organized. All my scouts in a row. Not quite ducks, but another Unseen Peril there, I think. Don't quite have enough Prophecies to make this work. I've been collecting them, and I've had a guy farming Prophecies for me specifically, because I'm super special. And he just hasn't turned out quite enough of them yet. It's late in the season, nobody's selling anything. It's kind of annoying. This would have been really good to do earlier in the season. But gonna do my best. I've got enough to proc all the strong boxes with the 2 important Prophecies, so the rest of these are going to be icing on the cake, so to speak. And I am pretty excited about this. The character I'm going to be doing this on is an Essence Drain Contagion character. It's pretty versatile, reasonably tanky. We're just going to bring 1 extra tiny little set down over here. We're out of our extra Prophecies. Well, we may as well learn a set before we go into. Save a bit of inventory space. Hoping there's not too much drop. We can in fact get all of our loot out of the map. Okay. Here we go. We've got a Xana. Perfect. I really should have brought in some alchemy orbs. So, when you do something really stupid like that, what you're going to do is you're just going to proc your yellow strongboxes first, and hope that they turn out. And then we'll come back at a later date with some alchemy orbs. That's a ridiculous amount of stuff. We're also going to really hope we don't get any Abazoths. My last map that I ran like this, I got 2 Abazoths, which was pretty painful because Abazoth is terrifying. So for now, we're going to be picking up nothing but currency. As you guys can tell, this should be pretty cool, regardless of whether I get good returns on Shaper jewelry, things like that. This has been my goal for quite a while now. Man. Oh, I didn't fucking proc Prophecies on that. That's pretty dumb. At least we got a Forge of the Phoenix. You guys can tell this is looking to be pretty lucrative. I would say the total investment between dud maps that didn't proc and all these prophecies, probably around 3 exalt at this point.
Orb of fusing.
So the reason that I'd like 2 alchemy boxes, more so than for the contents of the boxes, is because I could get additional packs of rare monsters or magic monsters. That's just pretty useful in finding gear. Level 85 Mariketh bow. I didn't proc Prophecies again. I'm going to lose it on myself if I do that again. So despite maps not being able to have monsters spawn when you're running Monstrous Treasure, apparently red beasts are still fair game, so I learned something today. There's an alchemy. Perfect. This is going to be quite the long run. It's probably going to be worthwhile, I would guess. And level 85, shaped hubris circlet. We're going to pick that up now, just in case Path of Exile decides to do something desirable, like crash the game. 6 link there. I didn't proc Prophecies.
Chaos.
The biggest noob that has ever existed. At this rate, I might just have enough Prophecies to do all the boxes. I apologize for my scrubbiness. This is the first time I've tried this, so. That warband mob is terrifying. Susanna, what have you. Hey look, alchemy orbs. So nice to have those. Haven't been proccing many hidden reinforcements, but it is a really good prophecy to run. A little bit of effectively extra pack size when you're running expensive maps. You guys might notice a bit of corrupted gear dropping. There's a prophecy I'm running, or sorry, a sextant that I've been running that I'm not really too sure about how good it actually is, because I've already seen at least one piece of corrupted gear running, or drop corrupted shaper gear, which is not ideal. 5% of all items are corrupted, so bit of a shot in the dark. I mean, there's a divine orb, but there's also a mist shaper drop, so almost did it again. Not this time, game. Let's just make sure that's not going to freeze us. Scroll wisdom here. Perfect. That looked fast.
Orb
Leads
of
me to
fusing.
believe that we did get Nabozoth spawn. I am largely unwilling to... Oh no, it's that guy. Okay, that's fine. Alchemy orbs over here? Apologies for the speed of this run. It's pretty slow, but trying my best to not screw it up any more than I already have, so...
Orbs of fusing.
Haven't actually seen any Shaper or Elder amulets drop. I suppose they would just be Shaper in this map, but there's an alchemy. Oh, we've got a room for a 6 link now. Nobody likes staves, but bringing that with too. So, last set, now we'll make a little run around, grab some gear, and go to town. Going to bring in some portal scrolls next time I come in. See, there's no room for me to even drop loot, which is pretty cool. That's an alchemy orb. Let's do this one and not hit our beyond or breach at the same time. Sounds like a good idea. Oh, that's not actually a 6-link. The more you know. So we're going to make sure to load up on Prophecies before we go back. We're going to bring alchemy orbs this time. Should be enough for the rest of the map. Okay.
An orb of immense power.
I, for one, will be pretty happy when I'm out of the scout. Those mobs are scarifying to me. So, Somewhere here, something's run off. Prophecies. Well, I'm just making a big mess of this.
Chaos Orb. Well, it looks like we're all out of our fluffy prophecies, so that'll make things a little bit easier. Oh, we did have a scout left. Unfortunate. I really hadn't considered the implications of there being too much loot to see the screen. Accidentally clicking strong boxes while I was running around. So tightening up my loot filter might be a good idea for the next time I try this. Orb of Fusing.
brought some chaos in, right? There we go. That felt good, man. Phase run for the win.
Chaos Orb. Blessed Orb.
Well, as far as I can tell so far, the Exiles haven't been dropping Shaper Jewelry, which was the whole point of this, and also for lulls. But it kind of diminishes the potential profits by a fair margin. Also, not popping your prophecies can diminish your profits by a fair margin, for sure.
Chaos.
Don't do this to me, Path of Exile. Don't. Okay, I think I'm getting too much loot in this map. So, I'm gonna start picking things up, because that looked crashy. Did really want to finish these all first, but that is looking to not be an option. So we're going to start with currency and jewelry. And then we're going to pick up some shaper items, get those out of here before they disappear forever. There can't be many boxes left in here. I realize this is probably super boring to be watching, so I'm going to roll the dice and just find the last boxes and do them. Be sure we skipped a couple down in this neighborhood. Yeah. Double Rogue Exile. That sounds pretty good. This is going to be a total nightmare to clean up, by the way. I'm not sure if it's worth it just for having to look at all this gear. I didn't proc Prophecies on that. Dumb. So, yeah. Well, it's possible that there's a couple in the boss room, so I might head over that way. There's one. It's a little spicy over there.
An orb of immense power.
Shaper maps are the best. The worst part about this is I've still got a strongbox somewhere. Somewhere on the map. Got any freeze flasks, so we'll do one of those. Alright, so that's all the strong boxes. I'm going to clean this loot up, and I'll post my findings at a later date. This is going to be pretty hairy. There's a couple of abysses and a breach to do, but those are pretty standard. Thanks for watching. Sorry this took so long. See you later.